How you doing, everybody? Thanks for watching segment 3 of Smacktalk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams.
In segment 3, we're going to do a little headlines from everything that's happening in the world of sports right now. My Chicago Bears decided to sign Jay Cutler to a 7-year something.
Mistake! Oh,
$50 million guaranteed. He's going to make about $17.6 a year. The only reason I like this is because it's stretched out to the point where it doesn't affect the salary cap as bad, where we could still go out and get free agents for defense. The only reason I like it.
I don't like it at all. Screw the contract. It's Jay Cutler. This guy, hey, you never know. This year, he didn't look so good. Next year, he's going to look lights out. And then the next year. So because it's an odd-year deal, maybe it ends on a high note.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, but
I don't have the greatest hopes for it. If you can put together a solid defense, as the Bears are known for, then with Alshon Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall,
that's the only things I was going to say. That Cutler
huge.
throwing to Marshall, Jeffries, Martellus Bennett, and then Matt Forte out of the backfield catching balls. I think Cutler does give that offense a thing, and you never know. His second year under Mark Trestman could be a lot better.
Mark Trestman is one of the best quarterback coaches there is in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's a head coach now, and his offense, I think, is stellar. Stellar. And if it's going to take 2 years, even 3 years for him to learn it, as long as if it becomes the greatest show on turf, I would be the happiest guy in the world. You never know where Trestman is.
You never know. Exactly.
He's a new coach.
And you know,
he's not established, and everywhere he's gone, he's succeeded.
I think Trestman has made the move simply because he knows it's a quarterback league, and he's got. I mean, we can't say Jay Cutler's the best, but we can say he's a top 20 out of the 32 teams.
I'm going to say top 10.
Okay, so we got one of the better quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So if you keep that guy, he's securing his job.
Sure.
For a long term.
Sure.
You know, barring some unforeseen event.
You got to make the playoffs, though.
He will. I think they'll make the playoffs. Also, they make the playoffs. Out of that 7-year deal, they'll make the playoffs at least 3 of those times.
At least.
They may not win the division those 3 times, but they'll make the playoffs. Other NFL news, Lovie Smith, we talked about in segment 1, we talked about the opening jobs. Lovie Smith signed to the Bucs. That's probably the best fit.
Only problem I see with this is that the Bears have 2 big free agents that Lovie Smith absolutely loves, in Charles Tillman and Lance Briggs.
Yeah, they'll probably go into Tampa Bay.
I hope not, but it is a possibility. The Houston Texans are open to trading the number 1 overall draft pick.
And that's good because they just hired Penn State's Bill O'Brien, who did an amazing job following the Penn State scandal.
Yeah.
You know, they trade down. There's still going to be quarterbacks available. There's going to be great defensive players available in this draft. And it allows him to accumulate more core players to bring around. You know, they're going to get Arian Foster back. They're probably going to lose Ben Tate to free agency.
I don't like the move because you have a guy that's coming out, or probably will be coming out, who's born and bred Texas, played at Texas, and has a chance to be drafted number 1 to play for Houston in Johnny Football. The guy is the most exciting player in college football.
Yeah.
And he can be the most exciting player in the NFL if he can translate his game over to the higher speed.
Yeah. In other sports news, the Astros have signed Jesse Crane to a 1-year deal. That is probably the worst bullpen move anyone could ever make.
We know exactly how bad Jesse Crane is, both of us, because he played for the Minnesota Twins, Shawn's team, and he played for the Chicago White Sox, my team.
And we both know that, okay, look, his numbers, at the end of the year, if you just looked on paper, his numbers are decent for a bullpen guy.
It's not bad.
But if you bring him in with a 1-run lead or a 2-run lead, you are not winning that game.
It's simple as that.
If you bring him in and you're down by a run, he'll hold the team. No, but if you give him a lead, he'll be like, I can give up a single, next pitch, home run, you're losing, your game's tied. Jesse Crane is the worst bullpen move ever.
All right, let's get off Crane. He's not even that important. Lakers are about to talk to the Cavaliers to trade Pau Gasol for Andrew Bynum.
Yeah, didn't they have Bynum at one time?
I think they did.
And they gave him to Philadelphia or whatever.
I think they did. But Pau Gasol going to Cleveland is an attraction for LeBron James to come back to Cleveland. Right.
Oh, wow! Great catch.
Clemson just hit a 50-yard bomb in the Orange Bowl. They're down to 26-29 right now, pending the extra point. Oh my Lord, this is a good one.
That was a great catch.
This is a good one. There's 2:47 left in the third.
Sammy Watkins is having a beast of a game in the game. Other news in soccer: Jurgen Klinsmann, U.S. coach, has just named 26 U.S. players to the U.S. camp roster.
The only thing that I looked at when I looked at this camp roster was there was no Brad Guzan and there was no Tim Howard.
Well, I believe his reasoning is the people that are playing in the English Premier League
they're gonna get their playing time
because the English League doesn't take a winter break. This is for the players that are like
it was mostly MLS players,
MLS players, and a few of the German and Spanish players.
You had mixed Discarud in there.
Exactly, because those teams take a winter break, a long winter break.
Yeah.
He wants to keep them fit. He's doing. I think Jurgen Klinsmann is.
I think
a lot
Jurgen
smarter
Klinsmann
than people give him credit for. He's preparing his team to do some noise at the World Cup. They got a tough draw, but he's great. In other news, Clint Dempsey, Seattle Sounders Clint Dempsey, has gone back on loan to the team he started with at Fulham that he broke the EPL English scoring record with.
For an American.
For an American. So he's going to have 2 months on loan, which is going to keep him fit, which is good because if you look at last year, when he went to Seattle, he didn't really have a season with Tottenham where he had playing time.
No, he was coming off the bench, and he was coming off the bench 60th, 70th minute, and he was like, he was a guy that he was just a buffer after they were up 3 goals or
exactly.
something.
And because of that, when he came, he had injuries, and he wasn't really match fit. Well, now he's going to have this loan. He's going to get a lot of playing time at Fulham because if Fulham doesn't get rid of Demir Berbatov, Dempsey will be... Yeah, he might go to Arsenal, but he'll be feeding him a ball. He'll be getting a lot of playing. And then when the MLS season starts in March... Dempsey's match fit. He's going to come in. The Seattle Sounders are going to look really great.
And he's going to be playing behind Brian Ruiz.
Exactly.
So, I mean, he's going to get good balls given to him.
That's right. Also, Arsenal, top of the table. 19 games. We're halfway through the season.
For now.
He's been saying it for weeks.
We're
still top of the table. We're still number one. Here's what I'm going to say about this. There's been a few games. We had a rough patch. We had Man City, Chelsea. We beat Liverpool, but we lost to the other two. But the games against Newcastle, Cardiff, the tough games where it looks like we're going to drop points, we pull them out. 3 points. We're top of the table. Man United sitting in 7th place. This is the FA Cup.
When tomorrow Royce comes to Man United.
Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy.
What's going to happen?
Tomorrow. Yeah, the January transfer window's open in soccer.
Yeah, that means a lot of window shopping for a lot of people.
Except for Arsenal. Because we're not going to do anything.
We
don't ever sign
anybody.
Well, no, if we sign somebody, he's probably like some 17-year-old Spanish kid.
Nobody's ever heard of. He's going to play on your youth team, and he'll never see the field.
There is one team that we could get, one guy that we could get, Mitro Kiriluku, plays for Olympiacos. Although he's a striker. He's a 23-year-old striker. He's a good striker, but he's not going to be able to play in Champions League because he's cup tied.
Oh, okay.
But he's a similar striker to Giroud and Bentner. Bentner just got hurt with his ankle injury, so it gives us some more striking options. I mean, we still put Theo up front if we need to. Podolski did not look good up front against Cardiff. So I think Wenger, if he gets Berbatov, that's great because Berbatov's career, if you look at him at Man U, he did tie Carlos Tevez for the scoring record that year with Man U.
Yeah.
He needs service.
Yeah.
And at Fulham, he doesn't get the service. Well, he might get that with Dempsey. But if he comes to Arsenal, that's all we do.
Yeah.
We create chances in the box all day long. So that could be a good move. It may not happen, although he's only got 6 months left on his deal. I would like to see Berbatov in an Arsenal jersey, but he's a former Tottenham
I'm going to
guy,
cut off all this Arsenal talk and say thanks for watching segment 3 of Smack Talk. I'm Tony Gaglione.
I'm Shawn Adams. Stay tuned for our weekly top 5.